Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt like yourself? Not the version you pretend to be, not the version you show online, not the version you act like around people. I'm talking about you, the real you. Do you even remember him anymore? Because somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like the person you used to be. And deep down, you know it. Your energy changed. Your thoughts changed. Your habits changed. Your confidence faded. Your excitement disappeared. Your hunger died slowly. Your sense of purpose dissolved. You're still here, but you're not the same. You look in the mirror and you don't see yourself. You see a version of you that feels unfamiliar, disconnected, and tired. And you can't explain why. Let me tell you the truth. You didn't lose yourself by accident. You lost yourself through silent habits, small decisions, and invisible damage. This didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, quietly, subtly. You lost yourself every time you betrayed your own standards. Every time you said, "I'll start tomorrow." Every time you avoided discipline. Every time you broke your own promises. Every time you chose comfort over growth. Every time you drowned your thoughts in dopamine. Every time you escaped instead of facing reality. Piece by piece, you drifted away from the person you were meant to become. That's why you don't feel like yourself anymore, because your mind isn't your own. Your attention isn't your own. Your habits aren't your own. Your thoughts aren't your own. Your life isn't your own. You've been living on autopilot, reacting instead of creating, consuming instead of building, escaping instead of confronting, comforting yourself instead of challenging yourself. You didn't lose yourself. You disconnected from yourself. You traded your identity for instant gratification, for endless scrolling, for short-term comfort, for artificial dopamine, for distraction, for numbness. And now you wonder why you feel empty. You can't feel like yourself when your brain is overstimulated. You can't feel like yourself when your mind is exhausted. You can't feel like yourself when you haven't been alone with your thoughts in months. You can't feel like yourself when you're constantly escaping reality. Your identity has been drowned under noise. But here's the good news. You're not gone. You're buried. And buried things can be uncovered again. The old you, the real you, he's still there. He's under the dopamine, under the chaos, under the excuses, under the distractions, under the fatigue, under the habits that make you weaker. And you can get him back. You don't need motivation. You don't need some huge breakthrough. You don't need a life-changing moment. You just need silence, honesty, discipline, and small wins. You start feeling like yourself again the moment you stop running. When you sit in silence for the first time in a long time, you meet yourself again. When you start keeping promises to yourself, you trust yourself again. When you choose discipline over comfort, you respect yourself again. When you reduce dopamine, you feel alive again. When you do hard things, you reconnect with your identity. When you push through discomfort, you rebuild your strength. When you finish what you start, you regain your confidence. This is how you get yourself back. You don't find yourself. You build yourself. You remake yourself. You return to yourself. So here's the real question. Are you ready to become you again? The version of you who was stronger, clearer, hungrier, more focused? The version of you who had fire in his eyes? The version of you who wanted more from life? The version of you who didn't give up on himself? Because he's still there. He's waiting. He's buried under noise. But he's alive. And the moment you decide to take back your mind, your habits, your discipline, your focus, you will feel him return. Slowly at first, then stronger, then fully. And when that happens, you won't just feel like yourself again. You'll feel unstoppable. Because the real you was never weak, never lost, never broken. He was just hidden. Bring him back.